object of roll number 20, get the object of roll number 14. You just write that roll number, nothing but an ID. And 100% system returns the object of that ID. By chance, if ID is wrong, sir, I given wrong ID, or no tag is found with this ID, sir. As usual, undefined. If it is a normal object, undefined. If it is a collection, blank object. So now we can run this program, sir. We'll get the clarity here. Object created an order. OB, your object, which class? HTML heading element object. So we got successfully object of other tags. Now how many, which tag object you want to get? Write the ID of that one. Next, the second one. Sir, ID available. Okay, sir, you collected the data. But I don't know ID, sir. I know name of the tag, sir. A student roll number, I don't know, sir. But student name, I know, sir. Now you can ask, get the Suresh object. Get the Ramesh object. Roll number, no, sir. Get the 20 roll number object. Get the 30 roll number. So roll number wise, we can communicate it as well as the name wise also we can communicate. Like that in HTML, ID wise possible as well as what is this one? Name wise also possible. Your choice. Sir. Then how the name wise, sir? By ID is there, na? Same place. By name use it. But S alphabet is comes. Elements. Reason. Tomorrow Sri Ram Navami together. That's way. Tomorrow Sri Ram festival, sir. That is the reason. Reason. ID is repeating. No, but singular, plural. Names repeating. Then only S comes. Names repeating as kadapa. Multiple tags, they have the same name. Or when you got the ask the name, get the Suresh object. Suresh into one student comes, more than one also possible. Then they should return in collection object. That is collection not how we can identify. Yes, letter, links, forms, images. Images yes not available. Can you identify it's a collection? No. So sounding is the main important for us. So this is OB2 document dot get elements by name. By name. And right here the name attribute. So get all elements objects. One available, one only it is returns. 10 available, 10 it returns. With this name, how many elements available? Get the all elements objects. We can write any name attribute, any tag, no problem. But as for our program, RB, get the radio buttons objects. How many radio buttons here, sir? 3 radio buttons. 3 objects returns. How it is returns? Like as yesterday's explanation. Remember, you checked already diagram also. Images guys I explained this point. Same procedure following, sir. Now, who is this OB? Radio button object, input tag object, collection object. Collection object. This OB is the collection object. Inside that 3 objects available. Who is that 3 objects are into input tag objects. Radio button element name, it's not tag name. Our tag is input. So it returns all 3 input tag objects in the form of collection. The collection stored into this OB2. So if I print this OB2, sir, I'll get the collection only, but small changes happens in output. Collection, it's a collection, but it's showing something different names, sir. Generally in collections, we have 2 types. One is the list and second one is the sets. List is one type of collection, set is one type of collection. So it is going to returning the internal and subcategory name is going to returns. In all subjects, sir, generally collection object or collections, two types available, list and set. When you're working with collection framework, you will get the clarity of this one. In Python and Java, you have collection framework, separate topic available. Mm. So difference between the main list and set is that list allows the duplicate values, so sets not allows the duplicate values. List inside repeated data storing possible, but set inside repeated data not allows. Major difference. List maintains the data in the form of array and sequence wise, but sets maintains the data in the form of reference wise, not as per your insertion orders. Reference wise, it is maintains the data. So internal data structure is going to changing. Internal data structure changing, but both are maintaining it the same. Allowing types of values different, maintenance data structure is also different. So now collections subcategories list. This is written here. But overall it is a collection only, sir. Next. Sir, if you know ID, we can use this method. If I know the name attribute, I can use this method. But I have one tag, sir, but ID not available, name not available, sir. I don't know the person, student roll number. I don't know the student name also. But I want to get the accessing, sir. Tag name available? That also not available. ID attribute missing. Name attribute missing. Tag name also missing. Tag name missing is you are not tagged first of all. Tag name is compulsory. So with the tag name also you can access the objects. How it is possible, sir? Mm. Your names I don't know. Your roll numbers also I don't know. But lot of times I communicated with you. How I communicated? Group wise. Sometimes boys, sometimes girls. Group wise. If any time I want to ask the particularly students, sir, a blue shirt to student answer that one, red shirt student answer that, last girl answer this one. These are the different ways of communication. Name no idea, roll number no idea. You can go through dress color. A dress color problem, you can go boys answer this one. What is that boys? One person name? No, a group name. That is tag name. Boys is a tag, girls is a tag. Married, auntie is also tag. Uncle also tag only. So, observe the label here. Any ID? Name, at least name attribute? No, but tag name available. No? With the tag name also, you can collect the objects. So, constant OB equals to once again document dot get elements by tag name. Get elements by tag name. This is process. What is meaning? Observe. Same. What do we mention here? Name of the tag. So you have to write here your tag name. Which tag name you mention, the tag object returns. But one object or multiple objects, sir? Multiple objects. Then only we have yes. Reason one tag one time we are not using in HTML. One tag repeated n number of times. So particular tag how many times used, that number of objects it returns. So many possibilities, so many facilities. You can use as per your need of the program, your current situations. Now, what is this OB3? Collection or not? Collection name. Because you will get the more than one object. Sir, Sai sir, you our methods are predefined methods. We use the small coding sense, sir. These are our methods, predefined methods. I designed these methods predefined కదా. మరి predefined methods లో if I remove that one, if I remove this one, what happens? Why this Colaveri? Huh? And predefined methods కదా. How you can change the names? Conclusion. One tag available. This tag we can access anyway. By using ID we can access, by using the name attribute we can access, or by using the tag name also access. So many ways are providing. Which one is required for our program that we can use. Next one. Sir, I want to get the objects based on the CSS selectors, sir. ID selector, class selector, child selectors. Possible, sir. Possible. For that also you have methods. Methods available. Two methods available for that also. I'll show so here, see that one. So first to design two selectors. Of course, without designing also we can develop, but feel missing. Now selectors really available, I think you can get the better feeling. Selectors wise, we are creating object. Without selector, how? So first create some selectors, apply to the tags, then ask give the object of that selector. So without creating the selector, if you ask it, sir, browser will manage. But you are getting doubt, sir, selector is not available, how object is comes, sir. Then only practically create the 2, 3 selectors, apply to the tags, then you will get better feeling. So write formality, just for formality, two selectors. Which ones are? You know, lot of selectors are anything we can write. No objections. What is selector? Please don't ask. Hmm? Hmm? If you ask it, lava comes out. Hmm? Hmm. Just one small test. Hmm? Small test. Hmm? If greater than symbol available, which is selector? Greater than symbol available in my selector, that is which is selector? Huh? Girls, Govinda, Govinda. Madam's answer, if greater than symbol available, which is selector? Director, child selector. Voice very good, Amma. Without a selector, so can you design one web page? Huh? Not possible. The selectors have no idea, I think, how you are designing pages. Comma, in my selectors, a comma symbol is there. Comma, comma. Huh? Group selector. What you said? Not said anything. You said child, class. Huh? Huh? Comma symbol, sir. Colon symbol. Huh? Pseudo. Elemental class. Huh? Abba. Sample, sir. First one missing, second one. Huh? Uh, Single colon symbol, pseudo class. Double colon symbol, pseudo elements. Star symbol, universal. Hash, ID. Dot, class. No symbol, tag. Why I asked the symbol, sir? And not for testing, sir. A symbol you have to use in JavaScript, compulsory. Uh, if you mention the symbol, then only it returns the object. Symbol, if you are not giving, it's not returning the object. It's not testing. We need now in this program. Okay. Now first design two selectors, sir. At any two selectors. Any two selectors. For easy understandable, I'm taking some hash selector. Hash in the sense ID selector. That's just for formality, color red. But style not important, sir. Based on the selector, getting the object is important. Just for formality, two selectors. Naam ke vaste. And apply these to any of the tags. Your choice. H2, ID equals to I, and take some message. Any message, okay. HTML. Next one, H3. Class equals to C, CSS, H3 close, and span tag. Class equals to C once again. JavaScript, span close. Next one, paragraph. Class equals to C, bootstrap. One paragraph also close. So one ID selector, three class selectors. ID selector mapped to H1 and C class selectors are mapped to three different tags. Because the selector's purpose is that one ID applied on only one and class applied on multiple. Now we are ready to get the objects. So first object, constant ob1 equals to once again document dot query selector followed by hash I. Okay, first see the information. Query selector. Indirect meaning what, sir? Get the object. Get the object. Which tag, sir? Based on given selector. Selector. See that method name is selector. And what we use in these programs are into selectors. So I want to get the object based on the CSS selector. Now browser is asking which selector object you need. A selector name you have to write here. Within the quotations, you have to write your selector name. When you're writing the selector name or type, a corresponding symbol compulsory. Selector symbol is compulsory. By chance, if I'm not using the symbol, sir, by default, it takes as a tag selector. So it returns the object of the tags. So selector symbol must. That is I asked. But now I want to select the I. If I write only I, sir, italic tag object it returns. I tag is there, italic tag. The tag object it returns. But what is our I? ID selector. That you have to mention. How to mention its ID selector? That is. So JavaScript also select as a symbols compulsory. If you forget symbols, getting problems. Now, who is using ID selector I? Which tag using ID selector I? H2 tag. Now this H2 tag object returns to this OB1. So query selector method, first tracing, who is using ID selector I, H2 tag. Get the H2 tag object and assigns to OB1. That is. Which tag using this ID selector, or to which tag you mapped this ID selector, the tag object is going to returns. ఇప్పుడు నార్మల్ ఆబ్జెక్ట్ కలెక్షన్ ఆబ్జెక్ట్ నార్మల్ ఆబ్జెక్ట్ ఐడి సెలెక్టర్ వన్ యార్. So right here document dot write followed by $OB1. Just confirmation. Sir, what are the programs I'm explaining? All demonstrations. In original coding not started. Before going to original DOM programming, these are the basics fundamentals. Now run it. ఏంటిది? Oh, previous example, sorry. CSS applied and object is HTML heading object. Next, I want to get the object of these three. These three in the sense C class. My selector C, how many tags they are using, that all tags objects I want to get it. My class selector, how many tags they are using, that all tag objects I want to get it. So constant OB2 equals to document dot query selector of dot C. Dot C. So if I write like this, method name observed, all objects not comes, only one object it will comes. Because your method name is query selector, still same method. No plural pronunciation, only singular pronunciation. One object it returns. Which objects are? First tag object, H3. H3 object it returns. The very first which tag you mapped, that one. Suppose if I change these positions, sir. Now I am the span tag object. Really, I'll show it, see that one. But you said all objects, sir. I'll explain after this. So class selector used by so many tags, but method is returns only one object. Which object sent first which tag is mapped, that object is returns. Who is that OB2 also? HTML heading element object. Change the mapping order. Now OB2 is span tag object. Again change the order. Now OB2 is paragraph object. Doesn't matter. So query selector can return only one object. If you have n number of objects also, but my capacity is only one object. But I want to get all objects, sir. Use the another method, collection method you have to use. So what is the another method, sir? Ante this OB2 observe. Selector all. Selector all. As usual, write any selector here. Get the all objects of my selector. Instead of yes, they used the all. Why, sir? Yes using not possible. Observe. Queries possible? No. Selectors. No. Selectors and ID selector, class selector it will comes, but not all tags. Then only they mention that one selector all. So get all objects of this selector. Get all objects of this selector. But now your selector, how many tags they used, that all objects it returns as a collection. So this is class selector, this is class selector, but this method behavior different, this method behavior is different. Now see the output. Collection, list type of collection. So these are the different ways to collect the objects by using methods, and yesterday I covered the properties. But these five methods, total five methods I explained. Get ID, get name attribute, get a tag name, query selector, query selector. The three HTML methods, two CSS methods. Three HTML methods and two are the CSS. So all these three methods, HTML attribute to HTML tag, and these two methods, CSS selectors. The need of the program, we can use any of these. First, identify yourself, how many objects you need. As per your required object, to choose the method. So, how to collect the objects from the HTML tags or DOM, that procedure we completed. Now we got the object. By using this object, start the manipulations. So before manipulations, one point I'm explaining, sir. Don't forget that one up to end of this topic, not end of this topic, up to end of the JavaScript. Hmm? Hmm. So what is the point, sir? This is your web page. Hmm? These are your elements come tags. All these are your elements. Background, these all are the tags. But if I want to perform any of these, if I want to perform any type of manipulations, either structural manipulations, data manipulations, style manipulations. If I want to perform any type of operations on these tags, first I need the object. I need compulsory object. Without object, I can't do anything. I'm the document object model programming. Everything through object only. This point to up to end of the JavaScript, don't forget, sir. Not only DOM. If I want to perform any operations on this web page or on these elements, I need compulsory object. Next, every object inside, what we have, sir? Properties available and methods available. Properties are helping for data manipulations and methods are helping for operations, logical operations on that properties. For last three examples, we are creating object, creating and we are collecting. The OB1, OB2, OB3, every object inside your tag information available. Plus every object inside some methods available. By using the methods, we can do some operations on the tag also. I want to delete the tags are remove method is there. Method is the remove. I want to change the data of the tags are properties are available. Data manipulations, properties available. Structural manipulations, methods available. So for last example, I created H1 tag object, OB1. But every DOM object inside what we have, sir, your tag HTML attributes information available. Every object contains the all attributes related to the tag. All attributes related to tag. And every object is contains your CSS and styles details. Every object contains style details. Right. Every example object inside, your tag name available, your tag HTML settings available, your tag CSS settings available, plus your tag content also available, text or data. Your tag data also stored into this object. All the things available, sir. Every DOM object contains your HTML element come tag related attributes, means settings information, styles information, plus content of the tag also. Along with this one, we have some methods to do some logical operations. Like yesterday, I opened the object and I shown also see the complete tag information available here. Not explained, huh? Explained here. Every object contains the complete information in your tag. And I used the word biography. Your tag total biography available in the that one. 2 points. So try to by heart it. Easy to follow the future. Hmm? Next, I'm explaining some syntaxes here, sir. If I want to perform the manipulations on the data manipulations, we have some properties, we can use that one. Hmm? Data manipulations, sir. Your object inside data is there, kada? But I want to modify the data, or I want to delete the data. I want to add the extra data to that one, data manipulation. On a long back array manipulations we did, kada? Array manipulations explain, kada? How to insert the data into array, how to delete the data from array, how to add the new data to array, all array manipulations like that, data manipulations. Data manipulations. First of all, object required. Your element object, element object, element object required. And on which tag you want to perform the operations that element object required. Hmm? The tag object. A tag don't use, sir. Use the element. Element object. Dot, you know very well. A couple of programs I used that one. Inner HTML. Sir, long back we used this one, sir, in JavaScript examples. Yes, sir. It's a DOM statement. But you already used it, sir. Agar situation demanded, I used it. Like JavaScript implementation programs explained kada. That examples I used. Not remember. Prices displaying scenario. Amounts displaying scenario. Hmm. This is one. No? If you are not interested this one, we can also use one more. Inner text also we can use. Inner text. Inner HTML as well as inner text. And one more, we know very, very well, sir, value. Because a lot of examples I used that value. So what is this inner text to inner HTML, and these are all these are the properties of element object. All these are the properties of element object, which helps to perform data manipulations. If you want to add the data to existing tag, if you want to modify the existing tag data, if you want to delete the data of the tag, you can use these properties. And difference what's that? First two properties we should be used only for paired tags. If you are handling the paired tags, go for either inner HTML or inner text. If you are dealing with unpaired as well as the input elements, we have to use the value option. Input elements prefer the value. Paired tags use the inner HTML. But I have one paragraph, sir. Paragraph data I want to modify it, sir. Value doesn't support. Go for either inner HTML or inner text. And I have one text box, sir. Text box value I want to modify it, sir. Then use the value. So based on the type of the tag, you have to choose the property. Paired tags, which one we have to use? Inner HTML or input elements? You're forgetting, I know that one. Clearly mention that one. Mention it clearly. I have a lot of confidence on you. Hmm? Hmm. But what is these three purpose? Data manipulation. Data, don't forget. Data manipulations. So these are the popular properties to use the data manipulations. Remember, all these are the DOM properties available inside every object. Next, see that your awareness, I'm taking one small tag here. This is one tag, sir. Just imagine. What is P, sir? Tag name. What is align? Attribute. What is color? CSS, style. What is hello world? Text or data. But hello world, where it is available? Inside. Then only what is the word we are using? Inner. Inside. Input text, input to tag, unpaired tag. Only opening available. But a tag inside content possible? Unpaired tag. How you can write tag inside data? Then only these two input elements not supported. This we have to use. So if you have the data like this, use this one. If you have the text box like that, use this one. But data manipulation over. Next what? Align, width, height. All these are attributes. I want to manipulate attributes also, sir. I want to manipulate attributes also. Attributes manipulations means removing the existing attributes, adding the new attributes, or changing the value of the existing. But alignment center a value. I want to change to right, sir. Through JavaScript, you can change. Width not available. I want to add the width, sir. Possible. No problem. So attributes adding possible, removing possible, existing attributes data changing is also possible. How? This is the syntax. So attributes are settings. Our HTML terminology. Manipulations. As usual, element object dot directly write your attribute name. Attribute name. What happens now, sir? It is returns your attribute name. A HTML attribute name is there, no? That attribute name, write it directly here. But Domo, these attributes we called as a property, sir. Remember that. Attribute, but it is should be called as a property. So your element object dot property. That is similar to our previous examples, ob dot x. It returns the value of x. Or if I want to assign the value, sir, property equals to value. Property means feel as a attribute. But what happening here? I'm assigning the value to existing attributes. Next, deleting, sir. Attribute deletion, particular syntax not available. It depends upon the attribute. But some attributes value, if you set the 0, sir, it is removed. Some attributes value, if you set the none, sir, it is removed. Can separately deletion process not available. Based on that, but border available. I want to remove the border, sir. Border property deletion, no need. Border equals to none. No. Automatically border is gone. The value deciding is separate syntax not available. So this is to access the data of the existing attributes, and this is to modify as well as assign the data of the existing attribute. In this one only, you will get the deletion option also. The value is 0 now, your attribute indirectly deleted. Same options we can do with the methods also, sir. Side by side I am writing here. Your element object dot get attribute, getter methods available. Get attribute of, write your attribute name. Write your attribute name. The shortcut, sir. And this is a original process. Because recently JavaScript inheritance example, if you remember, ob dot set x of 10 working and ob dot get x, it is also working. But instead of that, we can write ob dot x equals to 10 now, and here we can write ob dot x. Both steps working. The first procedure में java.net you are following. My JavaScript also supported it. Fourth example of the inheritance, I designed this code. Setter methods, getter methods. But we are not interested follow this one because this is shortcut. Instead of writing ob.getX brackets, Webita text. Easy అది. So JavaScript always encouraging this syntax. ఇప్పుడు this one is, sorry, this one is, this is, and this one is, this is. And similarly, how to set the data, how to modify the data set. Element object dot set attribute followed by any attribute name comma value. Any attribute name comma value. What is this line, sir? To modify the existing value or to assign the new value? Two in one. We can assign the new value to attribute, or you can modify the existing value of attribute also. So the direct options are, this is through method. My suggestion, I think first one is better compared to this one, because the long process, the easiest process. Then what about the deletion, sir? Deletion, we have separate method, sir. Element object dot remove attribute followed by name of the attribute. Method separately available. Remove attribute. I don't want that attribute, sir. Delete that attribute from your tag. Deleting from your tag, it will be deleting. You see that one? Remove attribute of align anna. Remove attribute of align. This alignment deleted. Deleted from source code. But whenever I remove the alignment center, automatically your paragraph adjusting to left side. Automatically. Because center deleted. In the center deleted means default setting is left. Your paragraph automatically comes to left. So these all are for this one. And all these are for this one. So first one, data handling. Second one, attributes come settings handling. Next, I have CSS also, sir. How to handle the CSS. For that also, I'm explaining the syntaxes. See that one. So remember what I'm explaining, all these are the predefined. All predefined only. Nothing is my personal. I'm just explaining how to write. I want to change this name. I want to remove this letter, and it's not allowed because already defined. Next, styles manipulations. How to manipulate the styles. Same, styles manipulation means I want to change the existing style. Existing colors I want to change. Or I want to delete the color. Or I want to assign the new color. Anything. CSS properties, anything we can change. Same syntax, one extra word is comes. Element object dot style. CSS always follows the style. Why this style, sir? Because this style is that style, sir. We have style, and the same thing is comes to here. And this is your tag reference object. Dot write any CSS property. Any CSS property. How many CSS properties you know? Write any property. So what happens this one, sir? It is as retrieving the properties. Now you have already some CSS properties while designing of HTML. I want to know what is your existing color. What is your current alignment? What is your current border? What is your current margin? Show your margin. That is this one. I'm collecting the data from the CSS. The modifications are same syntaxes are value. HTML to CSS difference observed clearly. But there is no style here, and we have here specially style. That is representing. You are making CSS settings. But a style not available, na? You are making the HTML settings. Clearly providing the syntax. So if you want to know what is your existing styles, follow the first syntax. If you want to assign the new property, or if you want to modify the new property, follow the second syntax. But deletion, sir, one property I don't want, I want to delete it, sir. As usual, element object dot style dot property equals to maybe 0, deleting of the property, or sometimes maybe it is none. No, it depends upon CSS property, sir. Sometimes no, it depends upon the property. These all are helping to delete the properties. Existing style deleting. What is first syntax? To know the existing style. What is your current style? Second one, to modify or assign. Third one, to delete the style. And this syntaxes we have to follow for styles manipulations. The style compulsory, sir, as a part of the syntax. How it is possible this type of writing, sir? I explained already 1 week back, maybe this week starting days. Nested objects explained. Same image dot style dot, and I explained that one. So this is your original object reference. This is the sub object, and this is internal property. Remember a nesting object, one object inside another object. One program we designed. This is in a same program. But how can access SRC? Image dot SRC. But how can access border? But why variety seeing same syntax? I am also explaining here. Image dot SRC. Image dot title. Image dot width. Image dot height. Image dot ALT. This is image dot style dot border. Image dot style dot box shadow. Image dot style dot padding. Image dot style dot margin. For this easy understanding, we already developed one program like that. Because that day, when I'm explaining the objects, that day 2-3 times I said, if points remember, these are helping to your next topic. 2-3 times I given. hmm, Yesterday already faced. Yesterday what I asked one more collection object diagram. That is this one. This diagram I asked yesterday open in our notebooks, and this is the example. Mostly available, but some candidates are not available in the notebook. Hmm? This, if you know that one, collections objects all are. Ante. If you don't know that, sir, collections objects all are. This program also, you know how to create your own object. See this one. This syntax I explained few minutes back. But current explanations, this one. Okay, this is CSS manipulations, sir. Data manipulations, attributes come settings manipulations, and CSS. CSS manipulations methods not available as sir. No need, sir. We can write directly like this. Methods not available. The only attributes available, that methods. Get attribute, set attribute, remove attribute. Next one, fourth one, event handling. Event handling. But tag already available, sir. Tag designed already. But for that tag, I want to attach the event. Possible. By using prototyping concept possible. Tag already available in the sense object already created. For that existing object, event properties, I want to attach it. Concept is nothing but an prototype. So by using the prototyping, we can easily add the events. How to add the events, sir? Two syntaxes available. Events handling. So I have an object already, or I have some newly created object. For that object, I want to attach the events. Is there any possibility? Yes, sir. DOM providing everything. There is no problem. 100% DOM providing everything. So two syntaxes available. I'm explaining here first approach. Event handling first approach through DOM. Through DOM. So first take the event element object dot add event listener add event listener. DOM method. Observe the method name. Add. What do you want to add, sir? Event listener. To whom? This object. Super. Which event? Events names ఉన్నాయి కదా, sir. On click. Here we can write that event name. Write the event name. But whenever you perform this event, we have to run some logic or not? But now event attached. Event name is on click. Attached to this tag. See that. Add this event to this object. This every object is representing one tag in the HTML. So your event is successfully attached to your tag. That is okay. But whenever this event is executed, logic is running. For every event, one opposite reaction required. Where is some code? That code we have to write here. If event is triggered, we should run some call. And you have to call some functions, sir. If already function developed, then call directly like this. No, sir, it's not developed, sir. On the spot, I want to write the steps, sir. So you have to write your steps inside the brackets. You have to write some steps inside the parenthesis. Repeating the point. You have to write some steps. You have to write some code within the parenthesis. Anything striking? We have to write the code or steps within the parenthesis of other function. Huh? Anonymous, yes. Anonymous functions means callback concept. So from today onwards, every example callback functions also required. The coming all topics callbacks compulsory. Expression functions you are using, arrow functions you are using, your choice. But one anonymous function, conformly we are going to using. Every example we are going to using anonymous functions, callbacks. So I hope you remember the callbacks. So right here, one expressional function or one arrow function. Because this is other function, bracket, event. Whenever this event is activated, we should run some logic. And that logic right here only with the support of anonymous function. So it's a callback concept, sir. Next, similarly, second syntax. Before going to the second syntax, EN means event name. Event name. Generally, events we are writing always with on, on, right? But a small twist available, sir. It should not accept the on. Directly we have to write. Click and no on click, just click. On input, no input. On change, no change. On mouse over, no only mouse over. They clearly mentioned. Don't use the on keyword. It's not my personal, the internal instructional. Language internal instruction. So on click not allowed, sir. Only on a allowed. On input. Any event should write without on. Any event should write without on. Like this. Click input to change. As per our not HTML, even 10 days back also we developed one event handling in arrays example. That also we designed like this only. See the original JavaScript style, sir, but DOM style especially first approach not accepted. But sir, this is we are forgetting sometime confirm, sir. Because previously we always practiced with on. Suddenly we are writing on, confirmly it is showing the error. Error unable to identify. Because on click correct any brain or brain strongly saying. You work a lot of times on click. It's error and your brain not going to identify. But any alternative is there, sir. Second syntax available. Second approach. In second approach, you can write freely. Element object dot event name equals to anonymous function. Write some steps or code. So write your code here. That code should be again in the anonymous function. Expressions are arrow. What happens suddenly? Function missing, sir. Function missing. Element, event, steps. A few minutes back I explained that. Just wait. It's direct syntax. And this is through method I said. Na? Here also. With the method, with the direct syntax. Both available. Now in this case, event name compulsory with on your old style. Your old style you have to follow. So when you use the add event method, on not accepted. When you use add event method, on not accepted. When you go for this property syntaxes are on compulsory. But one syntax on not allowed, one syntax on is compulsory. So better follow the second syntax. You are getting comfortable. Because previously you practiced with on, now also you are writing with on. So how to attach the events through DOM? Option 1, option 2. Which option you interested, follow that one. But both options you need the expression functions are anonymous arrow functions. This is and this is. Both callbacks only. So both are callbacks. Basic operations, sir. 4 operations. Data manipulations, attributes manipulations, style manipulations, and event handling through DOM. We can attach the events as well as we can remove the events also. How we have the add event listener, remove event listener also available for removing of the your events and write event name. Next, apart from these one, logical methods, so many is there. Apart from these logical methods, they're not manipulation, some coding related methods. How to delete the tag, how to add the tag, that is extra methods. Basic concepts. What I explained here, sir, it is syntaxes I explained. What is the task? What is the procedure should follow? But based on this, I am going to developing the programs. Point remember, if you want to do any of these things, first you need the object of the tag. Because every syntax I'm writing, object. A particular tag object required. So see, sir, some operations. Take 1 or 2 tags, try to modify something content. Anything okay. The content modification, 2 options available, sir. One, static mode. Second one, dynamic mode. Dynamic mode means event handling compulsory. Dynamic mode means event handling compulsory. Static mode, sir, we can write the steps directly in the script tag. But if you write this directly steps in script tag, what happens, sir? While running of the program or while opening the page, it directly changes or happens. Because what are the steps you place inside the script tag? Internal script, This is executed while loading of the page. But when the manipulation is done while loading of the page, how you can identify it's manipulated or not? Because HTML designed something, JavaScript modified, but both these happens while loading of the page. But as a developer also, what you are feeling, yeah, it's a direct content. It's not direct content. JavaScript updated content. Then only these steps right inside event handling. But what is benefit? When you click the button, then only changes are happens. Otherwise, changes are not happens. About dynamic feeling is comes. Static you are interested in? Dynamic అంటే మళ్ళీ extra lines, even handling required. Static అయితే direct attack. Static better. Huh? Dynamic. But you are not dynamic కదా. You are static. Hmm? Hmm? Sometimes, sometimes green shirt also. Couple of times the blue shirt also. Huh? Hmm? Sometimes your backside candidate also. Couple of times. Hmm? Your backside. Uh, or two, three times I also observed you also. Hmm. కరెక్టే కదా. Hmm? ఇంకా some more available. Today absent they are. Some more candidates are there. Today absent. I'm not observed you. And these are in front of me sitting kada. I can easily identify who are in sleep mode, who are in the active mode. Hmm? Hmm. One H1 tag ID equals to take anything. Heading data sir. Hello. Data is hello. H1 tag is close. Like that one input tag text box. Text box. ID equals to TB text box. Value equals to 1000. So you're expecting directly dynamic mode, right? Dynamic mode means event handling compulsory. So first write the event handling and then perform the operations. So follow the syntax. First syntax, second syntax. Both I'm demonstrating. First time kada H1 tag first syntax I'm writing, text box second syntax I'm writing. Otherwise, go for order your choices. Option is your end. But when you want to change this data, when you are click on the tag, on which tag, same tag or button? Huh? When I click on the H1 tag, I want to change the data, sir. Or when I click on the button, I want to change the data. Which one you are interested? Huh? Button. So when you click on the button, you want to change the data. Okay, do one thing. I'll write the both. H1 tag emo, I'll take the self. Text box emo, I'll take the button. About two models covering other. Then somebody asked that one. Kattappa first model asked. But you are dominating the Kattappa. But he is only asked that same tag, sir. Remaining you all are asked the buttons. Your voice is raised together, he is silently sitting like this. Correct kada? Huh? Correct kada? Yeah. So you are dominating that person. Huh? Hmm. Okay, H1 tag, I'll take the same tag. No button is there. When you click on H1 tag, then data changing. Text box through button, I'll show it. But if I want to show button also required. Create one button. ID equals to BT. Change text, button close. Online students, is there anybody there? Why no messages, no reactions? Hmm? Only got two names continuously coming in online. Rupali and Smriti Anugund, I think. Anushka. Nobody's there in online. Oh, listening seriously. All are pin of silence. So then I got that one. You are busy with preparation of Sri Ram Navami marriage. Huh? Sri Ram marriage, your marriage. And a pin drop silence, everybody. So first approach I'm following, sir, through method. First approach I'm following through method. No Kasim. Kasim Asin 7. Last 1 hour onwards, I didn't get any message from you. Or you are dropping to somebody, you must see that one. From last 1 hour, I didn't get any message from you. Hmm? With my name doing chatting with any others, huh? Huh? First create the object for H1 tag, sir. Normal procedure I'm going to showing. So H equals to document dot. I need H1 tag object. Which method I have to use? Get element by ID, because luckily we have the ID. By chance ID not available, we have to think about other methods. So we have two options here. Get element by ID we can use. Query selector also we can use. Query selector inside selector required, yes, sir. Tag selector we are writing. Tag selector we are writing. These two methods are preferable. Remaining methods 100% not preferable. Reason, you want to get object of one single object, you want to get it. 5 methods I explained, but in 5 methods, 3 methods collection methods. Because 3 methods inside yes available, see that. You need collection object, a single object. Single object. Single object, you have 2 methods option. Either get element by ID or query selector only. Get element by ID. Followed by write your ID heading. Your H1 tag object ready, sir. H1 tag object ready. The name of the object is H. But H inside what we have, sir. So many times I said from yesterday onwards, sir. The whole tag, this tag, total information stored in this object. Your H1 tag birth to death, every information stored in this object. What are the syntaxes I explained last 1 hour onwards? Use the syntaxes, do the operations on this tag. First event handling, sir. As per syntax, H dot add event listener followed by event name is on click. Event name is on click, comma, What I want to change the data of H1 tag. Data changing and we have to write some step. But right now where you are in parameters place, it's a place of parameters or not? Yes. Parameters is inside the parameters. If you want to write any step or steps, we should use anonymous function. Nothing but an callbacks. Two options you know very well. Expressions are arrows. Which one you knows very well? Use that one. Shortest format arrows. Hmm? Arrow function. What is your element? H dot. What do you want to change? Data. So write inner HTML. Write inner HTML equals to quotation. Write your new text. World. That's all. So whenever you click on the H1 tag, your existing data, changing to world. I have already hello replacing with the world. It's a purely one callback concept, sir. Click is the first parameter, your arrow function is the second parameter, and both parameters are passing to add listener function. So go and check it once. Button we develop directly on the tag. Click on H1. Refresh not done. Without refreshing, how it is runs. Hmm. Refresh. This is your original tag. Now click on the H1 tag. Hmm. So when you click, then your data is going to changing. If I click again, sir, no use because already your data old. If I click on that one again, it's running program, no doubt at all. But what is the data you are assigning? Same data, world, replacing it. Background code is running, but difference is not comes in the output. This is data assigning or data modification. Can I append the data na sir? Append every time differences come. See that one. I have already hello. For that hello, I want to add this world also. Adding out new data. What to do? Instead of equal, take the plus equal. Plus equal in the sense append the data. Existing data plus this data. But now for every click, you will get the change. See that one. Because you are appending, for every click, you will get the difference. Again, if I click it, hello world plus world. Again, if I click it, how many times I appended that, how many times I click it, that number of times it is appending the data. These are called as dynamic changes means. Some people they are feeling it is dynamic phase. Isn't phase not dynamic, static. We are performing operations dynamically. Eh. So only equal modifying plus equals to delete, appending. Can I delete it as sir? If you want to delete that one, double quotations inside, don't write any. Double quotes or single quotes, don't write any content. What happens, sir? Your data deleted. Your data deleted. See that miracle. Click on here. Tag not deleted, tag available, but content deleted. Or why tag not displaying, sir? When you remove the content, the tag becomes as a empty. We know very well blank tags are not visible, but backside tag is there. What is the proof, sir? Go to inspect option. Go to inspect option. I mean, code is available here. Check it before clicking and after clicking. Here the tag. This is the tag. And now click it. What happened? H1 tag is there, but internal data is deleted. Now get back to previous option. Refresh. This is your current data. Click it. Get a source code. Observe. What is source code? Hello world. Click it. Changes you can observe in an inspect option clearly. The source code changes. Output you can watch on the web page. Source code changes you can. 100% showing us it, that is no guarantee, but maximum you can observe here. So appending is possible, modifying is possible, deletion also possible. Just a value changing, same syntax, value is going to changing. That is what I explained here. Element uh, only one no, but we can perform all the things. Now, similar way, text box. But when I click on the button, I want to perform the changes. So create the object for text box also. Constant T text box to T I'm taking set. Documented dot which method? Same method. Get element by ID followed by TB. Documented dot get element by ID followed by TB. So get the object of the text box and store into T as usual. Then what about the event handling, sir? I'm following the second procedure here, sir. Second option. Direct. ఏంటి మనకి బటన్ కదా కావాల్సింది. Okay, no problem. Constant B for button. Documented dot get element by ID followed by BT. What you did, sir? Button object also I created. First one, sir, text box object. Second one, button object. Event handling on button, data changes on text box. So that object required, this object also required. And now second approach, B dot on click. B dot on click directly. H dot to add event listener and here B dot on click. Write your code. Directly write your code. Directly ante don't write the directly steps, sir. Through function or anonymous function. Anonymous function. What? T dot value equals to apple. T dot value equals to apple. So remember, sir, this is your anonymous function. A selected part is your anonymous function. When this function is calling, sir, when you click on the button, what function doing, sir? Changing the data of text box. Changing the data of text box. So text box inside 1000 available already. The 1000 now replaces with apple. Working or not, test it. Click on the button. Click on here. Both events working. See that one. Data assigning other change in outcomes. Do one thing. This I'm putting in comment. Writing another step here. I want to append the data, sir. Sure. A few minutes back, what I explained, the same thing. 1000 apples. Append also no, sir. I want to increase that value, sir. A text box inside value, I want to increase it. Possible, sir? Huh? Why not? What to do? Directly remove this one. T dot value, meaning no other text box dot value plus plus semicolon. How many times you click it, that number of times it is going to incrementing the button. A small situation. With Zomato Swiggy observed, this is that one. Swiggy Zomato, sir. Observed. But a plus button or minus button available here. Middle text box available. Quantity. How many dosas? 5 dosas. Can you type directly 5? No, they're not allowing. You have to click on the plus button. Em katapa. Katapa. Not observed. That is this one. Dynamic changes of the content. So when you are placing any food item, a quantity adjustment by using the buttons only. Left side minus button available, plus left one side minus, one side plus, middle text box available. But it's directly not allowed to type it. You have to increase and decrease the quantity by using buttons only. Can I write here decrement also, sir? Your interest. Minus. I need both, sir. Take the two buttons. Take the two buttons, one right inside plus, one inside right the minus. Simple thing. DOM implementations started and what now? Situations. So data changes. So many websites we observe as situational wise. If any content changes available in your website, compulsory background DOM running. DOM not only here, even next if you go for Angular and React also, DOM is playing key role. On a DOM, JavaScript almost pre-climax time, we introduced this one, right? But in React Angular days, first week at DOM is comes. Almost the second, third object onwards, you are starting using of the DOMs. If you are already attending anybody, I hope you know that one. Attending a React or Angular? No, na? Okay. uh, So I covered in this program how to apply the events to DOM, dynamic event handling. And I also explained how to change the data of the parent tag and as well as the input elements. But what about the CSS or what about the attributes? I think we have so many syntaxes. What I covered up to now, this one no, and this one I covered. In the middle, two more things available. I'll cover that also. Tomorrow we have test innings, long innings. Don't miss the class. Hmm? Same link. Last week you used the link, na? Use the same link only. I think it's still available in your Google Drive anukunta maybe. I use the same link. Join it sharply 10 o'clock. Hmm? Take the full panakam vadapoppu. Then sit on the system. Talambral time we'll stop the session. Huh? 10 to 1. It depends upon the situation. 2 to 3 hours. 1.5 hour, I'll give 10 minutes gap. You don't worry. 10 to 11:30 or 10 minutes gap, then remaining part.